Yeah, Sanibona, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I am Winisa Sibia, Domazanya Sotobe, and Duena Ogwam. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate your support, and you already know where you are. So today, guys, I'm back with a sit-down video, and I'm sure you've seen by the title, we will be talking about how to bag A's for your matric finals. I'm talking to my grade 10s to current matrics, or anyone who finds interest in knowing how I did it. Yeah, to those people, you should definitely carry on watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if this helped you, or it will help you, or if shooting this video was worth it. Just let me know in the comment section. I would really appreciate that. So guys, I was in matric in 2020. I went to Grantley College. I'd been there since grade 7. What else? Yeah, I think those are like the basics of the school that it's also an IEP school. I think those are the basics of the school that I went to. I took business, accounting, physics and maths core from grade 10 to matric, so I've never changed my subjects. And yeah, I managed to get myself 5 A's at the end of matric, being isiZulu, maths, accounting, and business. So I'm just gonna break down everything, plus minus everything I did while I was studying for trials and for finals. So first of all, I'd just like to say, guys, please, as a student, a high school student, just balance your life. Don't focus like too much on one specific thing. Just balance your life. Make sure you're okay and you're not always stressed, because if you're stressed, you can't really get much done, if you get what I'm saying. So just balance your social and school life. It will really do you good. That's what I did. I really just made sure I did that. I know parents will put so much pressure on studying books, but it is quite important for you to be okay mentally as well. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing, guys, I did like mostly were past papers, since I took like maths, accounting and physics. Those incorporated numbers, so I really did have to practice a lot. So I did a lot of past papers from like the previous 3 years, finals, final exams, and trials. Like depending on how much time I had, I would do the trials, but I would definitely start with the final exams. So for example, since I was in matric in 2020, I would do 2017, 2018 and 2019 past papers, final exam past papers for all those subjects, and I would do them in sections. Okay, so the question papers aren't set out in chapters, right? They're set out as question 1 to whatever number. So I would have like an overview of question 1. Okay, so I'd say, all right, question 1 has, for maths, question 1 has functions and patterns. So I'd go back to my textbook, go practice functions and patterns, practice that for like a few, then go back to all the question 1s of the exam papers. So I do question 1 of 2017, mark it, correct it, and write all of that down. I would do question 1 of 2018 and 2019 and mark them with whatever. Then move on. If there's something I don't understand and I feel like I'm getting a lot of stuff wrong and I'm not satisfied, I'd obviously go over the chapters again and practice more, and then maybe go to the trials of that question, if you get what I'm saying. Then how else would I use question papers? Yeah, but I do really suggest that you practice with past papers. They really do help. I won't lie to you, they really do help, especially for accounting and maths. Physics wasn't really my strong subject, so I just did it for the sake of being able to achieve average marks. So yeah, accounting and maths, you definitely have to practice. You can't just be like, I know this, it's okay, I'm gonna nail it. Just practice. Also, if you're someone that's getting average marks and you're trying to like obviously get better marks or get an A, definitely practice past papers, guys. I don't know, you know, sometimes you think teachers are joking, but like for real, get it out. Like I used to print them out and then write my answers on an exam pad paper and then mark it with like a different set of colors, so that I can see where I'm wrong, I can see where I'm right, and then just see where I don't understand. past papers, guys, past papers, definitely number one. Like, I'm not joking. Number two, study, not set out study, what can I call it? Study periods, let's say that, study periods. So I wouldn't like come back from school and study. So I'll make sure every single time I'm studying, I have rested well, I've eaten, you know, like I'm just fine, you know. Not where I'll start studying and I'm like, I actually feel tired, I'm exhausted, I'm hungry, let me do this, because then I get distracted. So also I wouldn't study for like long periods. So maybe I'll do like a question for like an hour, then I'll take like a 30-minute break or 45, if you get what I'm saying. Then I'll get back to studying again. So because I get frustrated if I'm sitting down doing the same thing for too long, I would just study for an hour or an hour and a half maximum, and then, you know, take a break. Unless I'm studying something that I'm like, okay, this doesn't feel like too much work, you know, I'm just revising and perfecting there and there, then I obviously study through the whole exam paper or whatever, if you get what I'm saying. But if you're a person that can't focus for long hours, definitely take study breaks. Do not feel guilty for taking study breaks. They are necessary so that you don't overwork yourself and then you just find yourself studying but you actually don't understand what you're doing. So I can say I never used to set out study times. I used to just, every single time I feel fine, I'm ready to study, then I'll study. But also, I used to be in boarding, so we used to have prep. And I would definitely take advantage of that time. So, I mean, it would be beneficial for you to set out study times, but definitely do take study breaks. Do not feel guilty for them. Reboost, just, yabo. Don't be too hard on yourself. Actually, don't be too hard on yourself. Luckily, I never found myself crying for finals or any. The thing I was stressed about were trials, because trials were very difficult. Don't stress yourself. Like, don't be too hard on yourself. You're also human, you know. Just take breaks. Make sure you're okay. Just make sure you're okay. Do what works for you. When you start doing what works for you, that's when you grasp more information properly. Anyways, let's move on. For business, since that was like the one theory subject that I took, I used to write notes like since grade 10. So actually I used to write notes for all my subjects, but I found it more beneficial for business because like making summaries and notes and reading, studying from my work and what I wrote just made much more sense, if you get what I'm saying. So I used to write notes since grade 10, and I had a business teacher in grade 10 and 11, then she left. She used to make us do business summaries for each chapter, and I find that worked. It worked for me. My voice is making me cringe so much. Anyways, I had a business teacher in grade 10 and 11. She used to make us make summaries at the beginning of each chapter whenever we started, and I found that worked for me. So before I study a chapter, I would obviously first go through the summary, then I'll make sure I understand that, because obviously if I don't get the summary, I'm not gonna get the rest of the content. So I would go through the summary, then start going through like the content in the textbook, if you get what I'm saying. Also, like a few days before the final exam, I used to live in boarding. I used to do group studying with my friends, so we just bounce off information off of each other, which is where you realize, oh damn, I don't know this, or damn, I need to, shape up in this chapter, whatever. I found that helped me. As much as I'm not a big fan of group studying, and I don't suggest you do it like last minute, like on the day, because you definitely will freak out, because some people will know more, or you find that some things you don't remember. Don't do it last minute. Just do it a few days before, where you guys bounce off information and you just find out where you need to do better, if you get what I'm saying. So what else? Oh, I also got some advice from one of the maths teachers that used to teach at school. He used to say that we should definitely focus on strengthening our strengths, and then start practicing what we don't know. By that he meant, for example, in maths, if you know you're good at functions and algebra, practice algebra until you know, like, you're perfect, you're good. Like, I get in that section. Just practice it until you know that you're 100%. Then you'll go on to what are these things? I even forgot the chapters of the names. Then you'll go on to other chapters though. The names of the chapters. Sorry. Then you'll start practicing the other things that you don't know. Get help with the other things that you don't know. But make sure that you have something on lock, that you know something 100%. So that when you get your paper, you can go to those questions, finish them off. You know you're highly likely to get 80% in those sections. And then you'll have more time to like struggle through the rest of the paper. Not struggle, but you know what I mean. You'll just have more time to think through the other questions. Don't start with things that are difficult or things that you don't understand, because you're gonna waste time and you won't even have time to like do the questions that you know you're good at. So when you're studying, make sure your strengths are strengthened, and then carry on with studying and ask for help and whatever in the other sections that you're not sure of. So number 1, past papers. Definitely do past papers. Number 2, study schedule and study breaks. Definitely do that. Make sure you're good, you're healthy, and whatever. Like, you're in the right mental space to study. If you find yourself that you're constantly not in the right mental space to study, I suggest you speak to someone and get help, because it's not easy to study when you're not in the right mental space. Like, it's very difficult. You'll find yourself studying, but our eyes now to and done, if you get what I'm saying. Like, it's coming in and it's going out, and what's the point of studying, really? Number 3, study groups. If it will work for you, maybe try it out. I'm not saying it will work for everybody else. We're also different. These are things that helped me, and I hope they will help someone else out there. And number 4, strengthen your strengths, and then empower your weaknesses, and then work more on your weaknesses, not empower. But yeah, I think that's it. That's it. Overall, guys, just don't be too hard on yourself. They're exams, really, like, they're just exams. Don't be too hard on yourself. Definitely practice, definitely study. You can't just go into an exam and be like, I'm just gonna wing it. Nah, definitely study. Like, even Zulu, even LO, guys, because I know MATRICs by Nyati LO, but like, study. At least do the bare minimum, and then for things that you like, then you can you can do the most, go crazy on them. But I suggest that you definitely do study. It will help. Yeah, I think we've gotten to the end of the video. I don't know what other advice I can give you. Just balance your social life and your study life, school life, I mean. Balance those two, because I know sometimes people struggle to have a balance with their study, school life, and social life. Both of them are important, not equally, but both of them are important, and you guys should definitely learn how to balance those. You'll have a happier life. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't stress too much, because when you stress, you can't get stuff in, you can't get stuff done. And yeah, good luck, guys. I hope this helps someone, and thank you so much for watching till the end. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the nice things. I would really appreciate it, and